Welcome to this training video on the planning approach. Now I will continue where I left off in the previous lesson to complete the quartet of 4 positions that were first shown to you in lesson 1. In this video I will discuss the remaining 2 positions with the side to move on the bottom of the diagram. Now again, we assume that the positions are all positional in nature and that they therefore require a planning approach. Again, your task will be 5-fold per position. Considering that you are the player at the bottom of the diagram, use the Silman thinking technique to find 1. Positive and negative imbalances for both sides. In other words, a positional breakdown, and for that you need to remember the characteristics a position can have. Number 2, you need to figure out the side of the board you wish to play on. Number 3, dream up a fantasy position, don't calculate yet. And number 4, figure out if you can reach your dream. And 5, only now will you look at candidates. In other words, use the analytical approach as a tool to see if you can achieve your aspirations. Okay, well, we will start with the first training position here, or the third if you like, from the quartet. It is black to move. Please take your time out, pause the video for as long as you like, and then come back to compare answers. Okay. Well, welcome back. Let's compare answers to these 5 points that you've been working on. First, the positive and negative imbalances for both sides. So we will first do a positional breakdown. Try to figure out what's the gist of the position really, huh? What are the characteristics or the personality of the position, if you like. Well, we have a list of things that we can look at, and I will start with material. As so often in games, and I suppose also as so often in your own games, there is material equality here, so no imbalance there. So any rules that have to do with being ahead in material or being down in material, so do I need to trade or do I not need to trade, which pieces do I need to trade, etc., don't really apply here in this position. Okay, well then what about king safety? Well, I suppose that both kings are feeling quite secure in this position. It's not like black can start any immediate serious attack on white's king here. Well, okay, then let's look at number 3 in the list. What about the difference between minor pieces, or pairs of minor pieces? Okay, there also don't seem to be any big imbalances there. Both sides have the pairs of the bishops, and also both sides have a knight. But maybe we can say just a little bit more about that here. If we look at this bishop, for instance, we could say it is technically bad, because it's sitting on the collar of its own pawn chain, right? So there's not so much mobility here for the bishop on e2. Now, likewise, there is not so much mobility for black's light-squared bishop either. But at least it can be called a technically good bishop because it is attacking pawns, right? These pawns are on the collar of this bishop. Okay, but other than that, you can ask yourself the question, yeah, what is the attacking in this position? Because this really looks like a block of granite or granite. So the bishop really is also quite hampered in its movement. Okay, well then what about these 2 bishops, the bishops of the dark squares? Well, normally this is black's strong dragon bishop raking down the board all the way to a1. But as soon as it will find the bishop on d4 in its way, it will most likely be exchanged, right? So, and when it's exchanged, it no longer has any influence over the queen side, and it also means that black's king is feeling just that little bit more insecure because there was